How's it going, everyone? Mad Spartan here, and today I'm bringing you another Contest of Champions War video. It is War number 4, and I can tell you right now it's a lot better than last war. The video was fairly quick because I don't have too many fights. We're up against Gwenblide, something like that. I'll have their name like in the description so you guys can see it. I did not end up taking the Zemo on EMP for my path, but we'll get to that later. First up, I do have a thing. Nothing much to the fight. Just trying to build my unstable charges. The goal is to become unstable when you activate the SP2, which means I have to count his rock stacks and also throw the SP2 before I go unstable. So as you can see here, we did bait the SP2, cashing in all his rock charges. We do retaliate with a heavy to gain 1 heavy proficiency before we throw this SP2. On top of the slow from the global, we do have decelerates on him. So just like that, he is locked down for the rest of the fight. On top of doing the heavies, when I have him rooted, I'll renew the slow from the global. And also big burst damage, 17k burst damage with a 10k crit on top of it is pretty good. That SP1 crit was pretty good too. So now I know as long as I have the slow from the global, I know there's no chance of him going unstoppable. I don't know how potent his decelerates are. I do know that, like, at least as long as I have around like 15-ish, he won't go unstoppable. But as long as I keep knocking him down, the global's slow will just keep refreshing. And just like that, he is done from the petrifies, reversing his regen. And we're cruising right along now. I know it's the first fight, but I was already feeling good. I needed a win after last war. Kind of upsetting. We kind of ran into a similar situation. The next character was a Sigil Witch. And I was like, I know that Sandman can take it. But to be honest, I know she like puts buffs on you, takes them away. You know, I understand how the character works, but not like fully. So I thought it would be a better option to specifically bring Spidey for the one fight. This is his only fight of the war because I did not want to deal with all the buffs that she takes away and then she goes unblockable. Like, I didn't want to deal with that. So my goal is to try to beat her before the instability goes to the max. I think the max is 5 or something like that. And I know that when that happens, she's going to have to either use it or I get a big degen on me. So my goal was to not only beat her before the degen, but to not even let her gain her charges. I don't know how to get rid of them. I know that they went away when I threw that SP2. Maybe it's just a wither or a non-damaging debuff. But either way, it wasn't even enough time to think about it. The 20k burst solidified it for me. And right after that, we do have the Wiccan on when you knock them down, you gain a Fury. And I think that's pretty much it for that global. There's not really much else to it on top of him being the global. So I'm assuming if you were to use someone else, maybe someone who isn't Incinerate immune, like maybe like a Spider-Gwen or something like that, you would, from the lack of debuffs, probably do some damage from the Incinerate, because I think the point of it is the Neutralize would be on you, and then it would neutralize the Fury, thus giving you an Incinerate. But it's not really that much of a problem, because the Globals are going to reduce it. So I don't really know what the thinking was there, but I guess not every defensive placement has to be like top tier. But it definitely made my life a lot easier. We're going to throw this SP2 here. Wiccan generally doesn't have a lot of health, so the burst, even if they're lacking a little bit, you're going to see a big chunk of his health go away here. We're going to try to end the combo early into a heavy. It does work that time. He did dash back, got a little nervous. 21k burst, 35k burst. Now, the good news from this war is I did Sig 200 Sandman during this war, so I don't know if it counted, but I know definitely for next war, he has the full attack boost when he's unstable. So I am definitely very excited to throw him into next war. And they threw me at the aggressive regen Doom. Very simple fight, especially when I'm starting with a bar of power. That's how I prefer to take these fights. I don't really like the indestructible. I don't think it's necessary. I think the biggest priority is to throw the SP1 with the petrifies. Doesn't matter if you go unstable from it or not. Once you get like 5 or 6 there, and SP1 gives you 10. So, and it's paused on specials. So pretty much you're in control of the regen and also the power gain the entire fight. Even when they're not a global defender, so you don't have the withers reversing the power gain, it's still enough with the petrifies alone. So pretty much just owning this fight. I do end the combo early, do a heavy, And I'm going to be ending this heavy into an SP1 to gain all my petrifies. As you can see, it's just ticking away at it. The goal is to try to stay in his face so that he gains, obviously, more regen stacks so we can reverse it all. And as you can see, he is melting away. I don't even know. You can't even see the white numbers because they're just clouded with all the red numbers through the SP1 for dramatic effect at that point. And that was an Ascended 565 Sig 200 Doom. Killed in a minute. It was absurd. I am having so much fun with this guy. And now that he's Sig 200, it's even better. Now, this fight, I was like iffy about. Like, I knew I could do it. I've done it before when like Hulkling was there, and I think I've taken Gores here too. But I knew like the goal of it was to try to pause. The goal is to pause the neutralize. That is the like bare necessity of this fight. You need to keep the neutralize on at all times. And I can't really be blocking too much because all of his debuffs are going to come on me at the same time. So right now we did land the shield blessing, so we're able to pause and neutralize again. I am not going to be landing the heavy blessing. I just think it's too much of a risk to take all those debuffs. And I did keep the star with a bar of power boost to knock him down right in the beginning, because obviously one eye open, you can't stun him. Not to mention, I was a little afraid of the fact, I don't know if all damage while he's stunned is reflected. Like, am I going to burn to death from these incinerates? So I didn't want to risk it. So as you can see, everything's paused, so I'm not really worried about it. His resistance did go down, so I'm hoping that he just kind of burns at the tail end of it. Trying to bait this SP1. He's not throwing it. We did land an intercept, and now the neutralize is gone, so now if I hit him, he's going to regen all his health. So I got to hope that these incinerates are enough to burn him. I'm blocking away, and just like that, that last 207 tick was enough to get him down. It was a little stressful, not going to lie. But chances are I'll be doing it the same exact way next time if I got to take it. Overall, definitely a better war. I wasn't able to take the EMP Zemo. The backup had to take it for me because I don't have mag. I have him on defense. But just like that, we took it down and we ended up winning this war. Fun fact, I believe the score was 15-5 or it might have been 12-5. But either way, that's how we should be playing. That's how we should have played last war. That's how we should be playing the whole season. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen all the time. But it was definitely a good morale boost to see the numbers that we're supposed to be putting up. And hopefully we implement them for the rest of the season. But overall, we're doing good. Slowly climbing back up. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all in the next one.